Hello and welcome back to Trails in the Sky the Third. So I was told last episode that I should probably go do the ANELACE store. Should probably go do that sooner or later. I was told I should know why. I don't know why. I am currently not actually that far ahead recorded. I might be a couple more episodes recorded by the end of this weekend, but I am right there. Last episode went up before I even recorded this, so yay! Okay, I'm gonna go... Which door was hers? I know I've been told quite a few times. This was either... Shit, that was either ANELACE or... I'm trying to remember if there's another ANELACE one. That might be hers. Yeah, I think that's the ANELACE one. I was told basically that if you win the battle inside it, then you, See, I don't know if there's a battle, or if there's like a story battle in the same way all of them have, where I actually need to get her CP up, actually have her equipped with stuff. So we're gonna see, because she's not equipped with anything at the moment. Like, not anything. So we're gonna see, you know, which way that actually goes in this. If it actually uses my stuff from the outside or not. So, I think this is it. Only then shall the door open. You know, I thought I had ANELACE with me when I went through here the first time. Apparently not, given the fact that... Yeah. Oh, I hope there's another battle here. If there is, then I'd actually have to go set her up. Might take a little bit. I shall grant to you a memory fragment and my blessing. The other thing I was told was that I should do the money one sooner or later, which makes sense. I'll probably do that after this. Man, I haven't done shit in Bose in forever. Interesting. Wow, that's a surprise. ANELACE, stop fucking around. Oh, Lugren. Is something the matter? It's not like you to walk up right to the second floor without even looking at the board and sit quietly like this. You're not feeling sick from eating too much ice cream or something, are you? Don't be silly, I'm not a kid anymore, you know. Could have fooled me. I swear that you were the one who ate 3 full scoops first thing one morning and later had to go get some stomach medicine from Spence. Maybe my memory's playing tricks on me. Let's all pretend that never happened, okay? Besides, that was back when I was a junior bracer. Oh, that was forever ago. I learned my lesson after that, I swear. Now I never have more than 1 scoop each morning. You're not supposed to have ice cream in the morning at all, you know. I mean, you're not supposed to have a lot of things in the morning. It doesn't mean it's gonna stop you. Well, no matter. I mean, you're not supposed to have steak in the morning. You're not supposed to have steak in the morning. And I'm just gonna say, I might have had steak in the morning. Not this morning, but fairly recently, actually. Fairly recently. Well, no matter. Shut up, car. So, what have you been doing up here all this time, anyway? All right. Well, you see, I got a letter from my pappy, who lives a long way away this morning. Really? Where do you come from, ANELACE? Really, no. He's a swordsman, if I recall, isn't he? Yep, he's an instructor. He's real famous among sword practitioners. Actually, Yunkan Ka-Fai of the 8 Leaves 1 Blade School. Huh. Ah, yes, that's the one. I was familiar with the name even before meeting you, but I was quite surprised to find out you were his granddaughter. So, I feel like that's the... I don't remember the name, but I feel like that's probably referring to the guy who taught Reen. Didn't he used to live here in the barrel? I'm surprised you know about that. I can't say I have any memories of when he was here, though. It was around when I was born, so how could I? Not long ago, I see. So, how's he doing, well? Judging by his letter, yeah, he's doing fine. I haven't had the chance to meet him in person for about a year now. How far is this into the past? Last time we had a chance to spar, I felt like he was totally babying me, even though he's like 70. It must be real skill to be treating an active racer that way. Oh, what's with the sudden serious face? It's nothing all that major, but I've been wondering something for a while. Why do you stay here when you could join him? Sorry, I'm lost. Well, it's just that you're aiming to improve your swordsmanship, aren't you? It feels like if you have a grandfather like that, the fastest way to do so would be to go with him and polish your skills at his side. That's, well... I suppose it's not my place to be telling you what may or may not be best for you. Sorry, ANELACE. You need to pay any attention to an old man like me. No, that's not true at all. I really appreciate your advice, so please don't think it's not your place to give it. I can definitely see where you're coming from on this. I do have my reasons for being here and all. They're just a little difficult to explain. Oh? Are you waiting for some cute doll to come out? Has it been, like, delayed 10 times? Like, Cute Doll 3. It's just not coming out, ever. It might never come out. I do want to learn more about swordsmanship and swords in general. So in that sense, you're right that continuing to train another Poppy would be both the best and the fastest course of action. That's not all I want to do with my life, though. I want at least as much, if not more, to know about what it means to be a bracer. I guess it's a case of wanting to learn more about swordsmanship as a bracer rather than as a swordsman. If that makes any sense? Am I even doing a good job of explaining that? No, I think I see where you're coming from, actually. Besides, Poppy once told me that he taught me all the technical sides of swordsmanship, forms, crafts, all that kind of stuff already. Whether I can master them or not is all down to me. So in that sense, I feel like there's no specific need for me to train under him now anyways. Of course, whether I'm really advancing in my swordsmanship now is another issue entirely. I wish I could say for sure I was, but... Well, your level is going up, right? I see. What's with the silent treatment all of a sudden? Oh, it's nothing. You're just not really one for those kind of serious discussions. So I was impressed to see you're even capable of them. Ouch. Hey, I am so freaking capable! Besides, you were the one who kind of pushed me into talking about all this stuff first. I'm glad I did then. Anyway, getting back to the point, what did the letter even say anyways? Oh, right. Well, as surprising as it is, it says I should go and see Casius Bright. For reasons. Casius... Yeah, Casius, sorry, my voice just changed there, so surprised. The one and only. Oh, I think I might be swooning here. Yep, that's right. Supposedly, Poppy was invited by the Royal Army to be a guest instructor at some point a long time ago. That's when he trained Casius, too. So, ever since, they've had this actual kind of, like, student-master relationship with one another. Cassius even went out of his way to go and see him 10 years ago, when he decided to stop using his sword, too. 10 years ago? I would put that around when he left the army and became a bracer, then. What exactly prompted him to tell you to go visit Casius now, though? Well, I guess he only recently just found out Casius has returned to the army. So now he's wondering whether he might take this opportunity to take up the sword again. I got you. He wants you to go and ask for him. And let him know what he says, yeah. I see. People really do end up connected in the strangest places in the funniest of ways. Tell me about it. Anyway, that being said, I kind of have a favor to ask. You want time off, I assume? Well, who might say no? You've got a good cause to have it. I can even get in touch with the army instead of meeting the Casius if you like. Really? Really? Go along and get that truth your grandfather wants for him. But in return... In return? Well, I want you to take care of every single one of the monster extermination requests on the board first. For fuck... Every single one? Aren't there like 5 of them right now? Sure, but the monsters in this area would be no trouble at all for you as you are now. It'd be less of a problem if Grant were around, but I'd had to lend him to the guild over in Ruin, and he's still not back. You're gonna have to pick up the slack in his place, especially if you want time off. Okay. Oh, am I actually gonna have to go do those or something? That'd be funny. She sends me out to go do monster extermination. 3 days later. It would be funny if they legitimately just sent me out to go do that sort of stuff. Well, I'm finally here. Right on time, too. Okay, let's go. Bye, Casius. I assume this is the story of when Richard and her sparred. Can I help you? Well, I'm ANELACE Elfine, a bracer with the guild, so yeah. I've come to meet with Brigadier General Bright. I believe we've been expecting you. I'll pass out on that you've arrived then. You might have to wait a little while before you can meet the General though, I'm afraid. But I'm right on time. Did something throw a schedule off? Something must have. I can't pretend to know much more than you do. But the General's a very busy man. It's not at all unusual for things like this to happen. Anyway, like I said, I'll pass on that you've arrived, but I'm going to ask that you wait out here for a while. Sure, no problem. Busy with. Oh, God, this is taking ages. I hope the meetings are going to end up getting cancelled or something. I really don't want to have to come all this way for nothing. I suppose if I can't meet Casius, I could at least go shopping in Grand Cell. We're closer to Zeiss, man. They should probably be getting the new lineup of stuffed toys around now. But still no stuffed toy number 3. I wonder which I should get. Oh, maybe the bear. Oh, that crocodile once in a while would be nice. Excuse me, young lady. The General can meet with you now. Really? Do we typically conduct our... Oh, are we actually going inside? Because that's not the General. Good day, sir. Thank you. And you must be ANELACE, I assume? Yes, I am, but... Welcome to Lyston Fortress. The General's waiting, please follow me. Oh, okay, thank goodness. I seriously thought I was going to have to go home without getting to see him. I'm terribly sorry for the wait. Well, please follow me. You got it, sir. Three days wait for a meeting and it might have gotten canceled. Yeah, that would be a bit of a pain. Hey, Casius. Shave your mustache yet? I brought you your visitors, sir. Very good. You may return to your duties. Thank you, sir. I'm really sorry about the delay there, ANELACE. Oh, don't be. I'm more thankful that you took the time out of your busy schedule to speak with me at all. This is the least I could do as someone from my old line of work. It's been a while since we last met, though, hasn't it? You've become a seasoned veteran before I knew it. I certainly like to think that I have. I can't have a cell sore ahead of me while she's abroad, can I? This is just what rivals do. So they do. I'll be looking forward to seeing just how much stronger the two of you can become. You won't be disappointed. Getting to the point, I was pleased to hear that old Master Kafai is still in good health. I believe it was because of him that you came here today, yes? Yes, that's right. I didn't realize you were an acquaintance of his before this. I certainly am. In short, he's the man who taught me the way of the sword. That was over 20 years ago by this point. The first time we met was when I was back at the military academy, so I studied it under him. Ha! I still remember the harsh training sessions he gave, Lyston like they were yesterday. Really? Is there any special reason that you didn't say you knew him before? You knew I was his granddaughter, didn't you? I did. By the time I first met you, I had long given up the path of the sword. I didn't feel appropriate in my eyes to act as if I was a student in light of that. Oh, okay, gotcha. I haven't seen him in about 10 years, I think. He does write me on occasion, but how's he these days? Does he still have that same old vim and vigor? Yup, he really doesn't act his age at all. Still, if you let me get right to the point, the reason I came here is to continue the discussion he had with you 10 years ago. Aw? To tell you the truth, Poppy still laments the fact that you left the path of the sword. Why didn't he come here himself, then? That's why he wrote me when he heard that you'd returned to the army. He'd wonder whether you returning to the military may mean you're also ready to pick up a sword again. So this is it. He'd like to know, directly from you, how you feel. I see. Well, it is a great honor that after so many years, he still cares so much about an inexperienced and utterly lacking swordsman like me. Really? You're called the fucking Divine Blade. Come on. Yes, I'm afraid my answer is that I still have no intention of taking up a blade again. Can I ask you why? You certainly can, but I'm not sure how to put my answer. This has always been on my mind, too. I've always wondered what would prompt someone so skilled with a sword that even gain the title of the Divine Blade to leave it just all behind. Not even to make, and I don't mean to make light of your skill with your staff, or say it's inferior, or nothing like that. Just hard to wrap my head around why you did what you did, and well, there's a little part of me that can't accept it either. Especially now that you've returned to the army. Why can't you return to being a swordsman? Unless that you believe the staff is stronger than the sword after all. Oh, this is gonna be like part of ANELACE's insecurities about her like swordsmanship versus the cell staffmanship. Wait, is that what it's called? It might be. No, not at all. I just believe a staff to be more fitting for me as I am now. Staves are a symbol of protection, which are used for more for keeping enemies at bay than cleaving through them. You say that as if all swords are good for us cutting and killing. That's not true. I fight because I want to protect things just like you do. As a swordsman, as a bracer, as myself. Are you telling me that the swordsmanship Poppy taught me isn't going to let me do that? I'm sorry. I didn't ask for you to take time out of your day so I can come and shout at you. But I can't accept what you're saying. Up until all of what happened here in the barrel, I never felt any doubts that the swordsmanship was the right path for me. And in the end, all of what happened just served to remind me of how powerless I really am. And now I feel like no matter how hard I try, I'll always be a rookie. I'll never be strong enough to do what I want to. Now I see. Perhaps this is fate. I see Master Fi hasn't changed one bit. He's the same firecracker he always was. What do you mean? I'm afraid as I am now, I'm not able to answer the question you're asking me. But I know someone else who can. Is it Richard? That would explain why they dueled. Because he hasn't given up the sword. Actually, is this before he went and started his company? What's he planning to do out here? I really want to know who he called, too. Ah, there you are. Are you all ready to begin? Indeed I am. I never expected to have to wear this uniform again, though. Especially not so soon. I'd almost think you enjoyed messing with people. We just don't want to make new assets for you, trust me. I'm not doing it to bully you, though. It's a nice side effect. You know as well as I do that your usual work clothes aren't well suited for this kind of thing. You're Colonel Richard! I realize this may sound a little silly coming from a man wearing this uniform. But I'm no longer a colonel, young lady. Sorry. So... Mr. Richard, then? Or Alan? You can call me whatever you wish. Though no need for the Mr. Meanwhile, I believe you're ANELACE, a senior bracer with the guild. Oh, you know me. I'm not the former commander of the intelligence division for nothing. I know all about the bracers in this country. I see. But how did you end up being here? Actually, Richard was who I was meeting just before I spoke with you. Really? In short, I've decided to start up a new research company as a civilian. So while I may not be part of the army anymore, I can definitely see myself continuing to need to work with it in the future. So, I decided to come here in order to discuss the matter with Casius in hopes of maintaining a good relationship between us in the future. Oh, I get it now. Wait, Is this person you mentioned earlier? That's right. I want the two of you to fight one another. Wait a second. This is all a bit sudden, isn't it? Especially if I'm going to be fighting the famous Colonel Richard. Is that so? You don't want to know the answer to the question you asked me earlier, then? Huh? I believe any doubts you have towards swordsmanship can only be dispelled through using it. Focus not on whether you win or lose, but on pouring all that you have into the battle, and you should find the answers you seek. I need to focus on winning, Casius, you asshole. It gives me a sword I need to do things. I guess it's not the end of the world if I don't get it, but I'm probably gonna have to. I'm probably gonna end up restarting to try to get it if I don't win. God damn it, Casius! You're confusing me here. All right then. I'm not sure I'll make much of an opponent, but I'll do what I can. It's not every day one has a chance to test their skills against a relative of the Eight Leaves School's founder. I'm eager to see what you can do. Begin. Right. Okay. And he gets to go first, of course. And I swear to goodness. Okay. Not a one-shot. At the very least, not a one-shot. Okay. Can I delay him? Yes, I can. There is a limit to how much I can do this, though. It's not really doing that much damage either. He doesn't have delay moves, so that is an advantage for me. Oh boy. I've used up a lot of my CB already. Or EP, sorry. I've used up a lot of that already. I'm very limited at the moment. I could use this. Let's see how useful this is for this. Oh, that does a lot more now. Oh, that didn't do nearly as much as I was hoping. Oh, did the strength wear off? It might have. Okay, I think I know the best way to win this. But I'm not going to be able to do it in this battle. Shoot. How much do these other attacks do? That definitely does more. Yeah. Okay. How. Telling me to restart? Yes, okay, be right back. Okay, so my general thought is I need to increase my strength and risk my defense much earlier on. Focus on the delays and the similar pattern. Basically, get more damage because it went from like 300 per delay to like 1300 per delay. So, big difference. Also, this is gonna take fucking forever to get through. I think it might be a matter of timing. I might not even get it done this time if I'm not careful about it. Okay. Hurt, pain. Good old pain. So, speed up. Strength up. Decent amount of the way down. Man, I wish I had one more EP. Okay. Oh. Somehow I lost my cursor there. What? Missed my fucking ass. That miss could just decide this entire fucking thing. What do you have, Alan? There we go. Close, but that miss did not screw me too much. Yay! I win! Oh, thank crap, I did it! Well, it looks like my skills still have a lot of room for improvement. Alright, the victor is decided. Gee, the old blades. So, ANELACE, how does the swordsmanship appeal to you? Under-fucking-whelming, man! I'm so good! Well, he fights using the Leave School's 5th form, Morning Moon. He's made a few changes to the standard form, but it's largely style based around sword drawing techniques. Oh, yeah, that's a protective one. Right. You're gonna get into the whole idea, like, a sword in the sheath is, can be more dangerous. But it also is much more representative of protection. Well, okay. I noticed a bit more than technical details like that. What did you notice? One thing I realized while fighting. Richard swings his sword as if perfectly synchronized with my breathing. The second I go on the offensive, he reacts without fail. In that sense, I feel like his swordsmanship is much more defensive than offensive, I suppose. That defensive stance matches perfectly with the form he uses in combat, and the result is very natural, very powerful swordsmanship. Oh. What I can't work out is why you're so focused on fighting defensively to begin with. I mean, I assume it's because you want to protect something, but what? ANELACE? Yes? I wield a sword, but for one single reason. That reason is to protect this country. Oh. Everyone has at least something that they wish to protect in this world. Perhaps that is a person, such as their family or loved ones. Perhaps it is a belief or ideology that they hold dear. And just the things we seek to protect are different, so too are the ways we choose to do it. In my case, the way I choose to protect what I care about just happens to perfectly suit the defensive swordsmanship you noticed. Although, I can only imagine how comical it must sound to hear a criminal threaten his nation talk about wanting to protect it. Not really. Richard, you... Please don't say anything, General. Her Majesty may have chosen to pardon me for what I did, but that doesn't make the crimes simply disappear. Still, just as your desire to protect Liberl remained even after leaving the army, I can't completely turn my back on mine. It was so that I could do that. I resolved to leave the army even. It was? You see, ANELACE, to me one's position in life is just a means to an end, a way in which you achieve whatever you wish to do. I think that's true for one's choice of weapon as well. Wouldn't you agree? Well, what's important isn't what weapon you choose, but what you use it to do. What inspires you to take it up and use it to fight. The reason I chose to put my sword aside and take up a staff is those feelings had changed, that is all. So, ANELACE, any more thoughts? I suggest use my sword in a way that best fits me to do what I want. That's what you're trying to say, right? Sure it is. You beat me to it. I'd let you beat me to it. I'm perfect, right? I was gonna say it if you didn't say it. You're Master Kafai's granddaughter, alright? Quick to catch on to things. I'm just quick at forgetting things too, though. But I finally get where you're coming from. Really? Well, I'm happy to hear that. Could I ask that you pass my answer on to Master Kafai, then? Consider it done. I'm sure he'll understand. Well, then again, would you be opposed, Richard? Not at all. I've already inherited the way of the sword itself from you. Totally right that someone else should inherit that. What are you talking about? Well, that's settled. Would you accept this, ANELACE? Casius handed ANELACE the Jinu, which apparently she doesn't have in the game until you remember this. What's this? It's a blade I want to use myself. I think it would be much happier in the hands of an active practitioner of swordsmanship than in my own at this point. Wait a second. I can possibly accept this. This surely, if anyone should be taking this, it should be Richard. Perhaps on the surface, but how things are on the surface is not always what is really, truly most important. I thought you had just learned that fact. I'm not sure the lessons I learned earlier have anything to do with this. There's no need to think so seriously about this, ANELACE. All you need to do is take up this blade and use it to do what you want to do in the way you choose to do it. That's all anyone expects of you. To do what I want to do in the way I choose to do it. Well, if you insist, I'd be happy to accept it. I feel I've learned a lot today from having the opportunity to face off against you. I do hope I'll have the chance again one day. So do I. You'll both have to make sure you don't neglect your training, then. Of course. Richard's really gonna be the one who worries about it. He's not even doing fighting anymore. I wouldn't dream of giving it any less than 100%. Okay. Really? Sounds like it was quite the fruitful experience. It sure was. I'm guessing this was Poppy's plan all along. He knew exactly what would happen if I went to ask Casius what I did, and that's why he asked. I must have sounded a little unsure of myself in the last letter I wrote to him. I see, like Master, like Poo-Poo. Incidentally, well, I hate to spring this on you before you even had a chance to settle back in. A lot of work built up while you were away. It's been a day. There's even a request from the mayor too, so I really need to get right on it all. If anything, you should be grateful. All this work will give you a chance to refine your skills with that new mindset of yours, won't it? Yes. You should be grateful that I'm giving you piles upon piles of work. Well, that is definitely one way of looking at it for sure. So, Poppy, well, I bet you knew all along. It looks like Casius has no intention of taking up the way of the sword ever again. But thanks to seeing him, I ended up being given a chance to re-examine my own swordsmanship. Up until now, I thought it was all about getting stronger or faster, things like that. But now, I finally realize that what's far more important than either of those things is why you take up the sword in the first place, your feelings. I feel like now, I finally understand why I was never able to defeat you, no matter how many times we fought. I might not be the best student in the world, but I'll keep giving my training all I've got. Love, ANELACE. That was nice. Like I said before, as expected, it actually gives me the motherfucking characterization I sort of wanted for ANELACE, which is unfortunately it doesn't really seem to be in the rest of the game. Unfortunately. Well, let's see, how much better is it currently, I suppose? Obviously, it probably would have been a ton better back then. It's still better for her than what I had on her last. Then again, I haven't really used her since this point, so... Strength plus 1,000. Speed up. Oh yeah, I definitely want to improve that. I mean, my current ones are plus 9, so it's even better than the stuff I have now that I can buy. Damn. Okay. Well, I assume the reason why I was told I should do this now is because of the opportunity to improve that, which I was told basically. I think it was if you do certain arena ones with her in the party, it upgrades into the most powerful thing she can get in the game, which I do want to do, yeah. I assume the opportunity to doing that is coming up soon-ish, whenever that might be. But again, my plan is to head over to that one other door. Do I have the money to do it, actually? I do. I have 60k now. Apparently that other door that costs 50,000 is actually, it pays twice the amount for finishing it, so I guess I'm not too surprised. So I guess I'll go do that now. Hey buddy, mirror comes, mirror goes. Sometimes it may be lost, but at times that loss can be regained many-fold. I guess that's what it really means. Offer 50,000 mirror to me, and only then shall the door open. Sure. I feel like I might regret this. I mean, I'm gonna do it at some point, but... okay. Why do I feel like this is gonna be gambling-based? I shall grant to you a memory fragment and my blessing. City of Bose, and forgot I was on Turbo. Oh my goodness, we're going to the church. Brilliant. This is where we're gonna gamble? Oh, it's you. Ooh. Sister Rosa, thank you very much for coming today. Whenever I see someone like prominent in one of those, I assume there's someone that's like disguised, isn't it? I love it. If you were able to start coming to pray like this more often. I'm afraid it looks as though I won't have a choice in the matter. If I show any signs of skipping mass lately, it really gives me a stern lecturing. You're rather fortunate to have someone like you by your side, Nothing's more valuable to a person than someone who would chide them when they seem to be straying from the right path. Roll eyes. Oh, I couldn't agree more. As a general sentiment, sure. As a general sentiment. I do wish she would go a little easier on me than she currently does, however. Look at it this way. The fact that she doesn't shows just how important you are to her. For one thing, I hear you've been exceptionally busy with work these days. I wouldn't be surprised if she hoped to make the time you spend here to be a break from all that. As frustrating as it is to admit, that sounds like a scarily sound assessment. But she can't keep me away from work forever now, can she? Though I ought to be getting back to it now, so if you excuse me, please give my regards to Father Holstein too. Certainly. Good day to you then. Now off to gambling? I'm so convinced this is gonna be gambling after how it introduced the thing. I could be completely, utterly wrong. Some of these make absolutely no sense in terms of if they're actually going to be that. That's a police siren. I'm getting a lot of vehicle sounds outside today. No idea if that shows up in the recording. I never remember to actually check when it does, or if it doesn't. As if Leela wasn't bad enough, now I have Sister Rosa saying the same things as her. Oh well. Next up is inspecting the market, so I should probably get to doing that. I was expecting Leela to be here to meet me by now, though. She's been awfully cold to me lately. I still don't have a clue as to why. Thought she's going to pray with me today, too, but then she ended up going to decide she needs to take care of some shopping. Maybe I can grill her on it later. Maybe. Maybe. For now, I should hurry and get to the market. It sounds more like a surprise party than anything. Oh, isn't that Leela? Is it real? And oh. Thanks, I really do appreciate your help today. Well, I should be saying the same to you. Anyway, if you need anything else, just give me a call. I can always work my way out of whatever's on my schedule to make time for you. I certainly keep that in mind. Please do, my little sister's been so excited for the big day already. It'll surely be one to remember. Yes, I'm sure. For now, however, I really ought to be going. Oh yeah, the mayor should be about done with mass now, right? Until next time. Farewell for now. Did the mayor overhear that? Oh, she's hiding. Did I just witness what I think I did? She's gonna think it's a romance, but it's really like planning for surprise party. It feels like that at the moment. So that's why she's been acting so distant towards me lately. Oh, I wish she had said something. I thought we were supposed to be close. I suppose it shouldn't come as much a surprise. She is a grown woman. And she might seem cold towards people on the outside, but she's a wonderful human being. And a rather attractive one, too. Well, if it... I mean, is that your general opinion, Mayor Maybell? That she's quite, you know, attractive? Yeah. If anything, I'm surprised it's taken her this long to find someone. Have you looked for anyone, Mayor Maybell, or is Leela, you know, the one? Well, it wouldn't be fair for me to get in the way of her happiness. I do feel a little lonely at the thought, but she's going to want my support. Wouldn't be right for me to not give her to it. Give her it. I have to apologize for being late. Might I ask exactly what you're doing? I am face planting on the wall. You know, inspections. You know how inspections work, right? Oh, it's you, Leela. How long have you been there? You appear to be rather tired. This is why I keep telling you that you need to stop overexerting yourself. Oh no, I'm not, I assure you. Shall we head to the market? Well, if you say so. Suspicious, suspicious, suspicious. The next day. ANELACE! Hey, ANELACE, high five. You're gonna be prominent in this episode. Mayor Maybell, can I ask to go over what you want me to do one more time? Just so I'm not misunderstanding. Well, as I said, I'd like you to investigate, exactly what relationship those two have, as well as what kind of person the gentleman in question is. So, to put it in simpler terms, you want me to check out whether they're dating and do a background check on the man, right? Is that right? Yes. Yes, it is. Is there something wrong? Well, kinda. I mean, we bracers do, at times, do background checks on people. Well, that's when we suspect or know for sure they're involved in a crime. Well, if they're not, doing so would be, you know, an invasion of their privacy. And that doesn't exactly fly with us. Oh. Obviously, if you have reasons to believe the man Leela appears to be dating is involved in illegal activity, I'd be happy to help. Well, okay. I can just imagine, like, Mayor Maybell, like, well, I think he might be involved in illegal gambling. Or something like that, I don't know. Is that the case, though? No. On the contrary, actually, he appears to be a good, honest man. I see. There's obviously going to be a chance that's just a facade, and he's not the kind of person he appears to be. But as it stands, I don't see any grounds for the guild to make their move. This is unfortunate, but I can certainly see where you're coming from. I'm sorry for troubling you with this. I don't know what came over me. Please forget this conversation ever happened. Well... She just said no to the background check, right? She can still figure out if they're dating. Forgive me for asking this, but you're all in favor of them dating, right? You're not trying to break them up or anything. So why are you concerned with finding this out? They're totally not dating. There's no way they're dating. As I think you're aware, Leela lost her mother and father during the 100 Days War. As far as I can tell, that scar, the scars left on her heart still haven't truly healed either. And I believe this is her first foray into romantic relationships too. I'm just so worried about her getting hurt as a result of this. I'm not the slightest concerned about how noble the man's family is or how much money they have. Nothing superficial like that. All I want to know is whether he genuinely cares for her well-being and will make her happy. That's all that matters to me. I see where you're coming from. Still, at the end of the day, that doesn't give me the excuse to invade the man's privacy or meddle in their affairs. I'm sure Leela will eventually tell me what's going on when she feels the time's right. I asked her all my questions then. Nah, this is good stuff. What do you mean? I completely understand where you're coming from here. I'd be more than happy to accept your request. Wait, I thought, are you sure? Wouldn't doing so violate the bracelet code? Oh, no worries. The bracelet code's totally open to individual interpretation, so it leaves a lot to each bracelet's personal judgment. I feel trying to follow the code to the letter and ignoring the feelings of those we're trying to serve misses the point of being a bracer too. Oh my. Oh my. One day, like, a really angry, like, spouse comes in, he or she's just like, I really just like this, like, affair that my spouse is having. You should kill him. Well, we gotta consider the feelings of the, you know, people we're dealing with. Maybe I should kill him. So I don't think it's unfair to dismiss your well-meaning intentions as trying to invade someone's privacy either. You leave all this to me. I'll get you all kinds of answers. Thank you so much. I appreciate you agreeing to do this for me, really. Just know that I completely understand where you're coming from earlier. So I do want to ask that you invade his privacy no more than necessary. Is that fair? Perfecto. I hope this turns out to be something that'll make her really happy. And that was the day ANELACE agreed to accept the mayor's request immediately and enthusiastically, beginning her investigation. Naturally, she was very cautious not to make both Leela and her presumed partner suspicious in the process. Testimony 1. Those two certainly did come in here, yes. I remember them sitting at the table over there having a pleasant conversation with one another. I'm now imagining ANELACE like switching between good cop, bad cop, like on her own. I couldn't tell you what they were talking about, I'm afraid. But I do remember seeing Leela smiling while talking, which you don't see every day with her. That struck me. Really now? Do you remember anything about the man, by the way? Not in much detail. Just that he was a well-groomed, seemingly pleasant young man. That's about all I can say, I'm afraid. Yes, I see. Can I ask you why you want to know all of this? Well, you see... Wait, it's okay. You don't need to answer. Oh, they're in love, aren't they? It all makes sense now. She did very much look like a girl who's in love when she's talking to him, you know. People have a tendency to insert things into their, like, mind, their memories, when they're guided along a different path. That's why investigations and stuff like that, when you ask questions, you try to avoid as much context as possible so you get as pure of an answer as possible. But, you know, yeah. Doesn't necessarily mean they won't make up context for themselves, too. Sometimes it's actually, you know, sometimes it might even be better to add context to remove their minds from wandering and assuming things, and assuming those things are part of that memory as well. It's like someone like this who seems like she'd be really into the possibility of them being in love. So little Leela's finally ready to begin her journey into adulthood, is she? Oh, how sweet. We don't know for sure yet. So please keep this to yourself, okay? Don't go telling the other customers and starting any rumors, please. Not to worry, the secret's safe with me. Oh, we'll fucking see. Testimony 2. We're gonna ask some kids. Yeah, I saw them. I remember the man escorting a maid, to the front door of the mayor's mansion. I was surprised he didn't go inside with her, honestly. Whenever I take Mina home, I always do. I remember these two. She was like trying to get him. I think she has a crush on him. She's like trying to get him to think of her romantically. Oh, Harry. If you ask me, you're the one behaving improperly, not the man we're talking about. I am? Ordinary, when a gentleman escorts a lady to her home, he doesn't go inside. Really? Really? But surely the fact that I do is proof that we're close, right? I wouldn't be assuming that if I were you. For one thing, those two seem awfully close even without that, didn't they? I'm not saying that it's always wrong to go inside per se. If that's what you want to keep doing, you won't see me stopping you. Okay. I will then. Why does everything have to be so much work when it comes to you? Well, thanks for the info anyway. Oh my goodness. Testimony 3. You want to ask about the man who's been spending time with me though lately? Thinking back, I did see her with a man when my husband and I went to the market. They were looking at souvenirs together, I believe. I remember it well too. That sounds like buying a present for someone, so I wonder who that might be. I've rarely seen a more adoring pair in my life. Well, admittedly, when this many people are like, well, they look lovey-dovey, it is definitely more likely. They're like a pair of newlyweds. Really? I wouldn't pay much attention to anything my husband says. He has a habit of exaggerating. Oh, I'm not ashamed of it either. These kind of stories are always much more interesting with a touch of dramatic flair. Okay, he's not really a trustworthy testimony on that aspect. It wasn't the first time I've seen the man, though. I'm sure I've met him before. But I can't for the life of me remember his name. You do remember, do you? Oh, I wouldn't be surprised. What if it ends up being like her brother or something? She did get in touch with her family, right? Or like a cousin. She did get in touch with her family in 2nd chapter. But recently, of course I remember. I would never forget the name of a man I've done good business with. Yeah, a young man. That was young Leonard. Wait, I know that name. Leonard from the Kingsfisher Inn? Oh, that guy. Okay, no, probably not her family then. Oh, you know him already? Well, that puts a damper on my fun. I use that place a lot for work reasons, so I even know him by face. I can't say I know all that much about him as a person, though. If you're well acquainted with him, would you tell me a bit more about him? I don't mind, but this information isn't going to come cheap. You're gonna charge me? Please, that's not funny, dear. We owe ever so much to the Bracer Guild. You can't threaten to charge a member. I won't have it. Sorry, but I just can't help myself having a good joke. Ha 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 ha. Funny. No, let's not. Well, he's a good, honest man for starters. Several days later, and 20 more testimonies. Testimony 23. Well, I've never seen him before. Testimony ends. I see. So the man in question is Leonard from the Kingsfisher Inn. I will admit, when I was saying that I was expecting gambling, I was actually talking more along the lines of, I was actually thinking this was like one of the minigame doors when I first went in. Just not for any particular reason, but just because of the money thing. It seemed like something that might have matched up with it, and I was assuming something. And we have had gambling things like the casino in the past. So I would not be surprised if that was one of the mini games in here, one of those casino games. I see. So the man in question is Leonard from the Kingsfisher Inn. I wonder how those two came to know each other. Oh, so you know Leonard already? Only by name. I can't say I've ever spoken to him in person as such. The Kingsfisher Inn has really made a name for itself in recent years. It's been doing quite well financially too. As things stand, it's a good target for investment. So what's probably happening is that they're planning to throw her a birthday party. A party. I wouldn't be surprised if they're planning a party for Mabel. And he's basically just working with Leela in order to set up the party at the Kingsfisher Inn. If it doesn't go that direction, I would be legitimately surprised. If they're actually dating, I would be really, really surprised. Should have said that too. No, I'm no expert on that kind of stuff, though. Still, from what I can gather based on your report, the relationship is a healthy one. And you seem to think very highly of Leonard. Oh, absolutely. Even his little sister Safina is super sweet. I'd say you don't have anything to worry about with them. From what I've gathered, they'd make a picture-perfect married couple. Wow. This is gonna become a thing. I'd like to believe that's still a while off. Then again, they really are dating. It's a reality I have to come to terms with sooner or later. I'm happy for her, but at the same time, I'm a little sad too. I get what you mean. Thank you very much for your report, ANELACE. Sounds like she's made a fine choice. So, I suppose all I can do now is wait for her to share the truth with me herself. That sounds like a good plan. Miss Maybell, it's me, Leela. Could I have a little bit of your time? Oh. Well, speak of the devil, I wonder if the time has finally come. That'd be one funny coincidence, but maybe it has. And if it has, then it's just about time I made my exit. I wouldn't want to get in the way. Nonsense. I'd actually prefer it if you stayed. If she does tell us what I expect her to, I don't intend to hide the truth of what I asked you to do. Oh, I see. Well, okay then. Miss Maybell. Oh, sorry, Leela. Come on in. As you wish. Oh. Miss ANELACE? Please do accept my apologies. I didn't realize I was intruding. Oh, you're not. Don't mind me. I was just here to give my report on an investigation on behalf of the mayor. I see. So, what brings you here, Leela? Do you have something you want to talk to me about? You say that, yes. I have an important request I wish to make of you. Oh, they're building up the tension. Really now? What would it happen to be? Well, it concerns the Kingfisher Inn near Valeria Lake. This is going more towards my direction, I think. We were right! Excuse me? Did you think I had no idea what's happening? I already know everything there is to know. How could you possibly? I'm sorry, I actually had ANELACE here look into it for me. I was worried about you, you see, you've been behaving so strangely lately. I'm sorry that I did it, so I just couldn't help myself. I see. There's no need for you to apologize, however. I didn't mean to worry you. Perhaps I just have been more open from the start. So, is Leonard being good to you? Damn! Cut right to the chase, why don't ya? He's a very kind man, yes? Why do you ask? That wasn't what I was asking. Oh, you know what I mean, Leela? So, is there anything else you want to say on the matter? Well, yes. It's alright with you, I'd like it right to discussing the date for the big day. Oh, yeah, this is going perfectly. Oh, Freddy! The big day? You already started mapping it out? Yeah, we have. We're hoping to keep it a secret for as long as possible in order to surprise you. Naturally, I've made sure everything fits into your schedule. Do I have you okay to begin making the necessary arrangements? Wowie! Is something wrong? What was that? You dummy! Huh? I can see why you might want to surprise me, I can. But did you really have to keep this from me until this late in the process? I mean, you've got your right to your own private life, but you don't have to share everything in that with me. I'm not saying that you have to, but I can't believe you decide something so important without consulting me even once. Do I mean that little to you? Besides, you've only been going out for about a month. Aren't wedding bells at this stage a little premature? Okay, we're actually saying we're getting past the pronoun game. This decision is going to impact you for the rest of your life, Leela. You understand that, right? I think you should calm down and listen to what she has to say, Mayor Maybell. I'm sure she does understand and has her own reasons for deciding. I have a horrible feeling that there's a very grave misunderstanding taking place here. You serious? Just what are we misunderstanding? The arrangements I have been making are for your next vacation. Okay, not a party, just a vacation. You've been so busy lately that I thought you really ought to have one, so I've been making the necessary arrangements in secret. What? You mentioned before that you'd like to visit the famous Kingfisher Inn once, you see? So when Lena needed to come to Bose Market to do some shopping, we decided to use the chance to meet and discuss how to go about this. I didn't realize my actions were causing so many problems for you. Whoopsie! I worry about you sometimes. Besides, I have no intention of getting married before a sudden mistress of mine. which doesn't seem to be anytime soon since she makes a hobby of turning down countless marriage proposals in favor of devoting herself to work. It's not a hobby. It's because I have so much work on my plate that I don't have time for marriage to be on the brain. So there's nothing between you and Leonard. Nothing at all. Everyone says you two have been getting along so well. I admit that he's a lovely man, and one I have a very positive impression of. But I've never considered him a potential partner. Not once. Why? A girls your age experience romance at least once. It wouldn't be right for you to not do the same. This isn't something I intend to come out and say, but it seems you leave me with little choice. Right now, the most important thing in my life is your happiness. I'll put that over anything and everything else. Ensuring it is my greatest joy. My very reason for being. You know. Yeah. These two are more of a couple than anything else at times. I know it doesn't seem like it's romantic in any way, and they don't even you know, that sort of relationship. Until you've decided on upon a partner to supplement that happiness, I have absolutely no intention of looking at anyone but you. I do appreciate you worrying about me. If it's my happiness you want, I ask that you focus on your own happiness first and foremost. And yet, like clockwork, I see you disregarding your well-being and taking out far more work than is humanly possible. Fine, I get it. Now that we can put this whole marriage thing behind us, I will accept your offer of vacation. So feel free to proceed with your plan. I leave arranging the schedule to you. As you wish. Then, if you permit me to excuse myself, I shall. Good day to you too, Miss ANELACE. Oh. Okay, not a party. I was figuring it was a party and getting like a present for her. They were looking at souvenirs and shit. Whatever. I'm really sorry. It looks like my research may have been a tad incomplete. Don't worry about it. I don't think anything was wrong with your report. All this was due to me foolishly jumping to conclusions. I can't believe I ended up giving her yet another excuse to lecture me. Oh, it's no big deal. I gotta admit though, I'm jealous. Huh, you never heard that. Anyway, I'm sure I'll see you around. You two look great together. They're heavily implying it. Even ANELACE is going for the kill. Oh. Oh, ANELACE. What a day. I feel almost ashamed to be this relieved over all this. I don't know if I'll ever be able to manage with her without her at my side. Indeed. I don't know if you will. Side story, like a mother finished. Or like a mother, I suppose, somewhat. ANELACE was getting at it, though. Received 100,000 Mira. Thank you for the money. Thank you very much. Okay. Because last episode went so fucking short, I am going to at least start up the next set of bosses and whatnot. I'm gonna grab Oliver and find that door. Or maybe not. For now, you know what, let's, because I don't feel like setting up people at the moment. Let's not take Oliver, let's just take Chloe. Easier to do this at the moment. I am going to assume that the path it wants me to take is, 1, something where I can run away really quickly. 2, maybe? No. I assume this is going to be the last one that we need to do. There are quite a few of these monuments, admittedly. So, I assume it's going to want me to take the route around this whole place. So maybe the one of these that wasn't actually lit up before. No, okay. So it's one of these other ones out here. That's good to know at the very least. Oh, shit. A box I missed? Wow, ruby gem. Isn't this the part where you give me something in exchange, you know? Like a decent human being. You have never met me. You have never met me in the slightest. There we go. The face of the monument is glowing and words are visible upon its surface. The Lord of Phantasma does decree. Here lies the looking glass. Place your hand on the monument. Sword-wielding dame among your number. Oh, is it ANELACE? The looking glass. It's gotta be the name of the next tourist attraction around here. Still, the sword-wielding dame. Well, we have a number of women with us who fight using swords, so there are several potential candidates. But I think the most fitting here is ANELACE. You think so too, huh? Alright, let's head back to the garden and get her to come here with us then. ANELACE was the girl with the pretty ribbon, right? Haha, I'd have called her the stuffed toy-loving dame over the sword-wielding one off the top of my head, but oh well. A clue like that would have hit the nail on the head, no question. Okay, now I can test that theory that I had previously, that I might not actually need them to come with me. It might... I even forget where she is from when I was talking to people. But I might be able to just talk to them and have them come with me to open it up. She might have to be in the party. She might not. Oh, so, anything wrong? Well, Kevin explained to ANELACE that they thought she was the person the Ember Monument's inscription was asking for. Me, the sword-wielding dame? I don't know. I mean, it's a cool-sounding title and all, but it doesn't really fit me. It does if you ask me, but hey, even if you're not sure, it's worth a try, right? You mind coming along with us and giving it a go? You got it. Off we go, then. Okay, I guess I have to put her in my party. Okay. It won't just, like, teleport us there. Unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Not that I dislike ANELACE, but... let's just say... my intentions have been much more... not having her at the moment. Just because of the people I've been wanting my party as of lately. Then again, I did just give her a nice old sword, so... maybe that's really the reason I was told I should get her the sword. That might have been the real reason. Here, let me set her up. It's only one guy, so I suppose it should be fine. Okay, so this was suggested to me a while back. The Cornelia bracelet, I believe, and might have been another one that could do it too. Where she has that ability where you don't get the defense down. You won't actually get the defense down, you just have strength up. I mean, why not at this point? Put it on her. Sort of my attitude at the moment. Okay. Without some of the, equipables, I can't get her strength up that high. As high as I have Richard's at the moment. Or her arch strength, apparently. Or her speed. I did admittedly move over the sort of like speed various stats up to Kevin, so we now have 3 people around, Richard's now closer to 100. It was explained to me more precisely how speed factors into calculations, so it's not as important. I know it had to do with the delays and minimizing them, but I'm not sure how much that extra 20 speed off Richard is going to impact that. Someone did mention a specific formula, but really the delay is what it is in relative to everything else, so the exact calculation, it doesn't matter as much, since what matters more is the specifics in dealing with enemies. At least that's my opinion, at least. Okay. I leveled up and whatnot, so... sure. Let's see what's inside. Ooh, I think I remember this place. Oh, hey, I know this place. Yeah, it's the Ouroboros facility. The Looking Glass, is that what we're gonna call it? It's the Lakeside Laboratory. Yeah, the one that Ouroboros used as its basis of operations in the barrel at one point. I can't say I'm excited to be back here. Something seems kind of odd about it. Well. I get that same feeling. Well, let's get going and get a closer look. Maybe I'll figure out what that is. Okay, I know I was told... Zin is someone that I want to bring along for this. Multiple entries. Sounds familiar. I'm going to leave it there because I'm about out of time of recording anyways. I did get ANELACE up to a more respectable level in in all those different stats. Technically just as fast as him now. Slightly faster just in general though. Yep. Not quite the same strength, and oddly enough he has that level of strength too. And I really just have Ren in my party as an art caster at the moment. So maybe not do that in the future. Might end up throwing a that Crimson Eye I had on a... Well, it's not even... Like, hers is 2,000. I don't even think like I'm going to be doing that ton more damage if I do that. I'll think about it, I'll think about it. I'll see you all next time. Drive safely, everyone.